PSP Store is also available via the PC application, MediaGo. As of the 24th of September, 2009, there have been more than 600 million downloads from the PlayStation Store worldwide. 139. Video content such as films and television shows are also available from the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation 3 and PSP and will be made available on some new Sony Bravia televisions, via laptop computers and Sony Blu-ray disc players from February 2010. 140. Life with PlayStation. Life with PlayStation was a folding at-home application available for PlayStation 3 which connected to Stanford University's folding at-home distributed computer network and allowed the user to donate their console's spare processing cycles to the project. 141. Folding at home is supported by Stanford University and volunteers make a contribution to society by donating computing power to this project. Research made by the project may eventually contribute to the creation of vital cures. The Folding at Home client was developed by Sony Computer Entertainment in collaboration with Stanford University. 142. Life with PlayStation also consisted of a 3D virtual view of the Earth and contained current weather and news information of various cities and countries from around the world, as well as a World Heritage Channel which offered information about historical sites, and the United Village Channel which is a project designed to share information about communities and cultures worldwide. 143. 144. As of PlayStation 3 System Software Update version 4.30 on the 24th of October, 2012, the Life with PlayStation projects has ended. PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus, a subscription-based service on the PlayStation Network, complements the standard PSN services. 145. It enables an auto-download feature for game patches and system software updates. Subscribers gain early or exclusive access to some betas, game demos, premium downloadable content, such as full game trials of retail games like Infamous and Little Big Planet, and other PlayStation Store items, as well as a free subscription to Core. Other downloadable items include PlayStation Store discounts and free PlayStation Network games, PS1 classics, PlayStation Minis, themes and avatars. 146. It offers a 14-day free trial. PlayStation Blog. PlayStation Blog, stylized as PlayStation.blog, is an online PlayStation-focused gaming blog, part of the PlayStation Network. It was launched on June 11, 2007, 147, and has featured in numerous interviews with third-party companies such as Square Enix. 148. It also has posts from high-ranking Sony Computer Entertainment executives such as Jack Tretton, former president and chief executive officer of Sony Computer Entertainment, and Sean Layden, current president, SIEA, and chairman, SIE Worldwide Studios. 149. 150. A subsite of the blog called PlayStation Blog Share was launched on the 17th of March, 2010 and allowed readers of the blog as well as users of the PlayStation blog to submit ideas to the PlayStation team about anything PlayStation related and vote on thediousous of other submissions. 151. 152. Sony Computer Entertainment Europe launched a European sub-outlet, PlayStation Blog Europe, on the 28th of May, 2009. To replace the semi-official Site 3 speech that shut down on April 17. 153. 154. This branch was merged into the main outlet on the 1st of June 2020. 155. PlayStation app. The PlayStation app is an application that was released on the 11th of January, 2011 in several European countries for iOS, version 4 and above, and for Android, version 1.6 and above, 156, and has been installed more than 3.6 million times as of March 2, 2014. 157. It allows users to view their trophies, see which of their PSN friends are online and read up-to-date information about PlayStation. 156. It does not feature any gaming functionality. 156. PlayStation Mobile. The PlayStation Mobile, formerly PlayStation Suite, is a software framework that will be used to provide downloadable PlayStation content to devices running Android 2.3 and above, as well as the PlayStation Vita. The framework will be cross-platform and cross-device, which is what Sony calls hardware neutral. It was set to release before the end of calendar year 2011. In addition, Android devices that have been certified to be able to play back PlayStation Suite content smoothly will be certified with the PlayStation Certified Certification. 16. PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now, PS Now, was a Gaikai-based video game streaming service used to provide PlayStation gaming content to PlayStation 3, PS3, PlayStation 4, PS4, PlayStation 5, PS5, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation TV and Bravia televisions. 158. The service allowed users to pay for access to a selection of original PlayStation 3 titles on either a per-game basis or via a subscription. PlayStation Now was announced on the 7th of January, 2014 at the 2014 Consumer Electronics Show. At CES, Sony presented demos of The Last of Us, God of War, Ascension, Puppeteer and Beyond, Two Souls, playable through PS Now on Bravia TVs and PlayStation Vitas. PlayStation Now was launched in open beta in the United States and Canada on PS4 on the 31st of July, 2014, on PS3 on the 18th of September, 2014, on PS Vita and PS TV on the 14th of October, 2014, with support for select 2014 Bravia TVs coming later in the year. 159. It was merged into PlayStation Plus in May and June 2022, and is no longer available as a standalone subscription. 160. Online social networking services. PlayStation Home. PlayStation Home is a community-based social gaming networking service for the PlayStation 3 on the PlayStation Network, PSN. It is available directly from PlayStation 3 Xros Media Bar. Membership is free, and only requires a PSN account. Home has been in development since early 2005 and started an open public beta test on the 11th of December, 2008. 161. Home allows users to create a custom avatar, which can be made to suit the user's preference. 162. Users can decorate the avatar's personal apartment, home space, with default, bought, or won items. They can travel throughout the home world, except cross-region, which is constantly updated by Sony and partners. Each part of the world is known as a space. Public spaces can just be for display, fun, or for meeting people. Home features many minigames which can be single-player or multiplayer. Users can shop for new items to express themselves more through their avatars or home space. 163. Home features video screens in many places for advertising, but the main video content is shown at the theater for entertainment. Home plays host to a variety of special events which range from prize-giving events to entertaining events. Users can also use Home to connect with friends and customize content. 161. 11. A once notable feature of Home is the world's first console-based alternate reality game that took place in secret areas in Home and was created by N-Dreams. 164. 165. Room for PlayStation Portable. Room, officially spelled as R infinity M with capital letters and the infinity symbol in place of the O, was being beta tested in Japan from October 2009 to April 2010. Development of Room has been halted on the 15th of April 2010 due to negative feedback from the community. 166. Announced at TGS 2009, it was supposed to offer similar service to the PlayStation Home and was being developed for the PSP. 167. Launching directly from the PlayStation Network section of the XMB Wazel soon to be enabled. Just like in Home, PSP owners would have been able to invite other PSP owners into their rooms to enjoy real-time communication. 168. A closed beta test had begun in Q4 2009 in Japan. 169. Others. In 2015, Sony launched PlayStation Gear, an online merchandise and apparel store. 170. Jason Schreier of Bloomberg News reported in December 2021 that Sony was working to create a new subscription service, codenamed Spartacus, intended as a competitor to the Xbox Game Pass service by Microsoft, with plans to launch in the second quarter of 2022. The multi-tip service would incorporate PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, and additional features, such as the most expensive tier that would give players access to PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. 171. Software. Xros Media Bar. The Xros Media Bar, originally used on the PSX, is a graphical user interface used for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable, as well as a variety of other Sony devices. The interface features icons that are spread horizontally across the screen. Navigation moves the icons instead of a cursor. These icons are used as categories to organize the options available to the user. When an icon is selected on the horizontal bar, several more appear vertically, above and below it. Selectable by the up and down directions on a directional pad. 172. The XMB can also be accessed in-game, albeit with restrictions. It allows players to access certain areas of the XMB menu from within the game and is only available for the PlayStation 3. 173. Although the capacity to play users' own music in-game was added with this update, the feature is dependent on game developers who must either enable the feature in their games or update existing games. 174. Live Area. Live Area, designed to be used on the PlayStation Vita, is a graphical user interface set to incorporate various social networking features via the PlayStation Network. It has been designed specifically as a touchscreen user interface for users. 175. Linux operating systems. Linux for PlayStation 2. In 2002, Sony released the first useful and fully functioning operating system for a video game console, after the NetYaro's experiment for the original PlayStation. The kit, which included an internal hard disk drive and the necessary software tools, turned the PlayStation 2 into a full-fledged computer system running Linux. Users can utilize a network adapter to connect the PlayStation 2 to the internet, a monitor cable adapter to connect the PlayStation 2 to computer monitors, as well as a USB keyboard and mouse which can be used to control Linux on the PlayStation 2. 176. 177. Linux for PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3, excluding PlayStation 3 Slim, also supports running Linux OS on firmware versions prior to 3.21 without the need for buying additional hardware purchase. Yellow Dog Linux provides an official distribution that can be downloaded, and other distributions such as Fedora, Gentoo and Ubuntu have been successfully installed and operated on the console. 40. The use of Linux on the PlayStation 3 allowed users to access 6 of the 7 synergistic processing elements. Sony implemented a hypervisor restricting access to the RSX. The feature to install a second operating system on a PlayStation 3 was removed in a firmware update released in 2010. 178. Media. Magazines. The PlayStation brand has a wide series of magazines, from across different continents, covering PlayStation-related articles and stories. Many of these magazines work closely with Sony and thus often come with demo discs for PlayStation games. Currently there are 3 magazines still in circulation, namely PlayStation The Official Magazine, 179, PlayStation Official Magazine, 180, Official PlayStation Magazine, Australia. 181. However, over the years, many PlayStation magazines have spawned while a few have also become defunct. These include the Official US PlayStation Magazine, 182, Official UK PlayStation Magazine, 183, Official UK PlayStation 2 Magazine. 184, PlayStation Underground. PlayStation Underground was a non-traditional magazine that Sony Computer Entertainment America produced and published between spring 1997 to spring 2001. Subscribers received 2 PlayStation CDs, along with a booklet and colorful packaging every quarter. 185. The CDs contained interviews, cheats, programmers' moves, game demos and one-of-a-kind memory card saves. Several issues showed how a game was created from basic design to final product. Since the CDs could only be run on a PlayStation, it proved a useful marketing tool which spawned a line of PlayStation Underground Jam Packs demo CDs and which contained highlights from recent issues of PlayStation Underground, along with seemingly as many game demos that could be packed on a single CD. Unlike PlayStation Underground, these were available in most stores for $4.95, were published twice a year in summer and winter and usually spotlighted newly released or coming soon games. By 2001, Sony had decided to phase out Underground to focus on the jam packs with the release of the PlayStation 2. PlayStation Underground CDs are mainly in the hands of collectors these days. 186. Marketing. Promotion of the PlayStation at the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2003. Slogans. Advertising slogans used for each PlayStation console iteration. PlayStation NS Lives. The first letter E was printed in red to denote the word, ready. NS stood for ready. 9th September, 23, US commercials. You are not E. The letter E was printed in red to denote the word, ready, as in you are not ready. 23. Do not underestimate the power of PlayStation. From the SAPS. Society Against PlayStation series of adverts. 187. PS1 Wherever, Whenever, Forever. 188. PlayStation 2 The Beginning. 189. Live in your WRLD, Pioneers. The PlayStation face button icons were used to denote certain letters. Live in your world, play in ours. 189. PlayStation booth at the Tokyo Game Show 2009. Welcome to the third place. 189. Fun, anyone. 189. The Ultimate just got better PlayStation.